welcome back. In a previous lecture, class 8, the topic name that is electricity. In a previous lecture, we are discussing about the phenomena of electricity, means which material are used if you want to flow the electricity in a one part to another part, and you can say the one position to another position. That time we use a different material as per our requirement. We are dividing the material in on the basis of a current flow. Okay, students. Now today's lecture we discuss about the some symbols of some electrical appliances and electrical instrument. Okay, if you require some wire, how we can draw the wire on paper? Let's suppose, dear students, you are moving towards some architecture. Architecture gives us some design in our phenomena and our symbols. Just like he makes the design of a home in the form of stairs. He designed the complete home on paper. So every time he use some symbols. Okay, similarly, if you want to represent the complete electrical signals, electrical circuit on paper, that time we discuss these type of symbols. So that type of electrical signals are used, guys. So first one is a cell. First symbol is a cell. Let's suppose you are design a small circuit and you required a power supply as a electrical cell. So how you can represent the cell on paper? We use that type of a symbol. In that symbol, guys, one is a long line and one is a short line, and long line represent the positive sign and small short line represent a negative sign, guys. Similarly, if you are merge a many cells, so it becomes a battery, so that type of symbols are used. We are using a cells one by that is 1 2 3 4 cells are joining together and make a battery. Next one is a switch. We are having a two symbols of a switch. First symbol represent the open switch, means the current is not flowing, guys, means electricity is not flowing. That time what happens, that ball and that ball are not connected. If you are design a switch that is a open close condition, that is a open condition and this is a closed condition, so in that condition both the balls are connected with a wire, guys, means current will be flowing from that wire. Okay, so first cell, second one is switch. Now we discuss about the symbols of a filament and electrical bulb. So that is a symbol of a bulb, that is a circle, and we mark that is a that type of a filament is used inside the bulb. Next one is a resistor. We are having a three resistor symbol, but all are having a different meanings. First one is a fixed resistor. If you are using a resistor material and we are having a constant value, means it not changing, guys. So let's suppose that is a unit of this, just like a 2 ohm, it is a fixed value. But in that condition we use, that is a second condition of resistance, that is a rheostat. In that rheostat we can change the value of our according to our requirement. Let's suppose in a previous condition we require the 2 ohm resistance and after some time we require the 5 ohm resistance. So by switching and by moving that needle we can change the resistance of that material. Okay, both are using a same condition, but that is symboling is a different. That is a variable resistance, it depends on the our requirement. Next one is a all are a instrument. First one is a ammeter, second one is a voltmeter, third one is a galvanometer. Voltmeter and ammeter are used to measure, ammeter used to current, ammeter are used to measure the value of a current, and voltmeter are used to measure the value of a voltage. Okay, guys, so both are measuring the quantities. First one is a measure the current values and second one measure the voltage across any equipment. And third one is a galvanometer. The galvanometer shows the direction of a current. The galvanometer shows the direction of a current. Direction of a current. Okay, students. So third one is a direction of a current, that is a symbols which is used whenever we talk, whenever we discuss about the some electrical appliances. Now we are moving to a next topic. The next topic is a electrical circuit. Means before that we are discussing about the some symbols. Now we are design a electrical circuit. In a electrical circuit, first of all we required some power supply. Okay students, first of all we required a power supply. So we use the cells, and you can say we can use the battery also. So first of all we are using a cell and battery, and after that we discuss the complete phenomena. In that circuit guys, all the equipments are, all required equipments are used. First one is a ammeter, which is used to measure the current, and it always connected to a series, is always connected to a series. One more thing, that is a cell which gives the power supply. That is a resistor, means if you are using any appliances, and every appliances having a different resistor, so you can use the here bulb, tube light, fan, etc. You can use anything here. Now if you want to calculate the voltage drop across that resistor, now we use the voltmeter, and voltmeter is connected to a parallel to that equipment. If you want to voltage drop across that resistor, now voltmeter is connected to a parallel combination of that resistor. Okay students, now that is a connecting wire, that wire is a connecting wire guys. So by using that complete connecting in a complete phenomena, means the circuit will be start from a positive terminal of a battery, and after moving to a complete path again come back to a negative terminal of the battery. So that is called a electrical circuit. That is called a electrical circuit, and electrical circuit contain the all required symbols and all required data. Okay, now we discuss about the type of a electrical circuit. On the basis of a working condition, we are dividing that electrical circuit into a two types. First one is a open circuit, and second one is a closed circuit. Both are having a same circuit diagram, but only a single condition is different. It's switch. Switch can control the current guys. If the switch is connected into a closed circuit, that time closed switch, the closed circuit work is a closed circuit. Okay, now first one open circuit, an electrical circuit through which no electric current will be flow, that is called a open electrical circuit. And in an open electrical circuit, the switch which is used in an open electrical circuit, the switch is also a open circuit. That is a switch, that is a other symbol guys, so don't take any tension. That is a switch, that is open switch, both are the same guys. So that open switch is used here. One more symbol is used guys in a switch, that type of a switch. If we use the dot into center of that bracket, that is a closed switch, but at that time that is work as a open switch. What happening? The positive terminal circuit will be start the positive terminal of the battery and moving to a one point of a electrical bulb, and after that the second terminal will be moving to a switch, and after switch it will be completed again to come back to a negative terminal of a battery. So that circuit will be completed. Now but in that circuit the switch is having a condition of a open switch, that is a open switch. In a open, due to a open switch guys, the current is not flowing in that circuit, so that circuit is called a open electrical circuit. Second one is a closed electrical circuit. What happening in a closed electrical circuit? In a closed electrical circuit, which type of switch is used guys? In that circuit we use the closed switch. Why we use the closed circuit? Why we use the closed switch? We are use the closed switch into a closed circuit because we want to the current will be flow. A electrical circuit through which electrical current flows continuously. So if you want to the flow the current, we require the switch having a condition of a closed switch, having a condition of a closed switch. Let's see. So what happening here? That is connected to each other. Both the terminal of the switch are connected to each other. In that condition, bulb are not glowing, but in that condition, bulb will be glowing, and that is a symbol of a current flowing. That is a symbol of a current flow. If you are having any wire and mark that type of a symbol, means there is a current will be flow in that direction. But in that circuit, current is not flowing. We are explaining only that point. Okay. So in that circuit, current will be flow. In above circuit, current will not be flow, guys. Okay. So that is a type of a electrical circuit. Now we are moving to some new point, that is a electrical current. In previously we are discussing that when the circuit is complete and the switch is a closed switch, that time current will be flow. So what is the current, guys? So now write the definition. It is amount of a electrical charge when a potential is applied across any wire. That what happening, the electrical charge. In a previous lecture we discussed what is the electrical charge and what is the unit of the charge. The unit of charge is a coulomb, and the charge we are talking about the electrons. Okay. So the electrons and the charge particle passing through a given point of a conductor, means what happening, guys? If we are taking some connecting wires and charge will be flow from that connecting wires, so in that condition current will be flow in that conductor. So conductor in a 1 second, so some number of charge carriers are flowing through that conductor in a 1 second. So in that condition we assume that, let's suppose, if a q coulomb charge flowing through a conductor into a t second, then the magnitude of electrical current, the I flow through the given Y. So what is the definition, guys? So what is the mathematical expression? Mathematical expression is equals to I is equals to charge upon time, and charge will be calculated into a coulomb and time will be taken in a second. So that is a current will be flow. I is equals to Q upon T. That is a expression. And dear students, most of the students know that if you are talking about the charge and charge having a property, Q is equivalent to a plus minus of Ne. That is a quantization property of a charge. So we can use the one more formula of a electrical current is equivalent to I is equals to Ne upon T. So both are the correct formulas. That formula is used when the charge is given in the form of coulomb and time taken in a second. That formula is used when we are talking about the number of electrons also. If we are deal in any numerical with the number of electrons, that time we discuss that formula. Okay students, so both are having a same values. In that values we are discuss about the charge in a coulomb. In that condition we are discussing about the number of charge carriers, that is a number of electrons. Second thing is unit of a electrical current. In a previously we discussed what is the formula, that is the I is equals to Q upon T. So if the SI unit of electrical current is a ampere, so coulomb upon second can be write as a ampere. Okay, now let's suppose we are taking when a 1 coulomb charge, when a 1 coulomb of a charge, let's suppose the charge will be flow Q is equals to 1 coulomb, flow through any cross section area. Let's suppose that is a wire and that is a cross section area. In a cross section area, 1 coulomb charge is passes through in a 1 second. Time given is a 1 second. So how many current will be flow? That is a 1 ampere current will be flow in that wire. Okay, in that wire. Unit of a electrical current. Now we discuss about the direction of a electrical current. What is the direction of a electrical current? Please discuss and the focus on that statement carefully. We know that there are two types of a charge. Yes, we know that there are two types of a charge. First one is a positive charge and second one is a negative charge. So every student of my class know that there are two types of a charge. First one is a positive charge and second one is a negative charge. But electrons were not discovered at that time. But in that condition, if you are talking about the direction of an electrical current, we know that there are two types of charge. First one is a positive and second one is a negative. But we don't having any information about the electrons. We doesn't having any information about the electrons. Okay. So how we can decide the charge direction of electrical? So in that condition, the electrical current was considered to be flow of a positive charge and the direction of flow of a positive charge were taken to be direction of a electrical current. Means in that time we are consider and we are assuming that the direction of a positive charge carriers, the direction of flowing of a positive charge carriers is the direction of a electrical current. In that time when we are not able to and we are doesn't having any information about the electrons, in that time we are discussing the direction of a electrical current is same as the direction of a positive charge carriers, that is a positive charge carrier. And what happening in guys, in that condition you know that when we are connecting the battery to any circuit, the direction of a electrical current will be moving in a positive direction. But basically at that time every student know that the direction of a electrical current is the opposite direction of a electrons flow. Both are having a right answer but the causes are different. In that cause, that is called the convenient direction. Okay, that direction is used when we are doesn't having information about the electrons. But that time we are having information about the electrons and current will be flow due to a flow of electrons. Okay, so that is the reason behind that direction. That is a conventional direction of an electrical current. So the direction of an electrical current is formed from positive terminal of the cell. Let's suppose that is a cell. So direction of an electrical current is assuming that the direction of an electrical current start from a positive terminal of the cell to a negative terminal of the cell through the circuit, not inside the circuit, through the circuit. That is the direction of an electrical current. Yes, that is a correct. But the reason behind that 8%, the reason behind that, that is a flow of electron and that is the opposite direction of flow of electrons. Okay, now dear student, that is a conductor. That is a conductor. What is the conductor? Conductor having a many free electrons and every free electrons are moving in a random motion. Let's see carefully. Someone moving a right, someone moving a up, someone moving a down, someone moving a left. Let's see, all the electrons are moving in a some random motion. So due to that random motion, let's suppose that is moving in a in direction, in that direction, that is moving in that direction, that is moving in upward direction. Okay, so all are moving in a random motion. In that random motion is average velocity. In that condition the average velocity is equivalent to a 0. So means guys, let's suppose one electron is moving in that direction. So in that conductor one electron moving in that direction. So due to the opposite direction, what happening guys, the some electrons moving in that direction, someone moving in that direction. So all the effect are cancel out to each other, and so that reason average velocity becomes a 0. So every conductor material having a free electrons and that is required material for a flowing of a current. But in a conductor material the current is not flowing due to a random motion of a charged particle. So how the current will be flow guys? Let's see. Flow of a current. So what happening? That is the same conducting material. We are connecting that conducting material with and becomes a complete circuit. Now we are using a one cell, one key, that is a switch guys, and that is a conductor. But in that condition current is not flow, current will not be flow. So if you are applying and start the switch, now we start the switch. So what happening? In a battery and you can say cell having a some positive and some negative potential. Negative potential means they are having a maximum and more amount of excess amount of electrons. So that excess amount of electrons are coming to a negative potential and it start to move. Let's see. So due to that reason, what happening guys in that circuit, when we are applying a potential across that conductor, so in due to that conducting material, the electron will be, that conducting material what is doing that guys, so electron will be coming here, then electrons, and already free electrons are available in that conductor. So electron and electron, which type of force is applying, that is repel to each other, same charge repel to each other, so electron will be moving in that direction, and that positive terminal of cell attract that electrons in that direction, so that flow will be continuously. So in that condition current will be flow. That is the reason behind that how the current will be flow in any conducting material. Now we are discussing about the electrical conductivity. Electrical conductivity is measure the ability of a substance. It measure the ability of a substance to carry the electrical current. To carry the electrical current means if you use that type of a material, so it is a good conductor and bad conductor. It depends on the flow of a electric current. Substances that are a good conductors of electricity have a high electrical conductivity. If some materials having a very good conductor, means that conductor means very good conductor, you can say the very good conductor having a maximum amount of current will be flow and electricity will be flow through that substance, as compared to substance that are a poor electrical conductor are also called a insulator. So in a previous we are discussed the material based on a electricity. Conductivity of a water and other liquid. Now we are talking the lemon juice. So lemon juice and some water also create the some electricity guys. So first of all we discuss conductivity of a water. How the water is conduct. Pure water is a poor conductor of electricity. Means if any pure water is available, so that is a poor conductor of electricity. Electricity, if let's suppose we are saying the electricity will be flow, so what happening, there is some electrons will be flow. In a poor conductor, what do you know the poor conductor means? It doesn't having any free electrons. It doesn't having any free electrons, means guys a pure water doesn't having any ions. Now but water that we use in our house is not a pure water. Generally water, and you can say tap water, pond water, well water, all waters contain a lot of impurities, and most of which are usually dissolved salts. Okay, so that impurities make the water impure, and that impure water conduct the electricity. The presence of even a small amount of impurity, makes water a good conductor of electricity. So which is the better for us guys? If you are taking about, if you require the current will be flow, that time we use the good and bad water, we use the some impure water. Impure water conductivity is a good. Conductivity of other liquid, like suppose that is a lemon juice. A lemon is a citrus fruit, an excellent source of a vitamin C, and make a cool and refreshing summer drink. Okay, everyone know that in a summer time we use that lemon juice mostly. So lemon juice contain a acid called the citrus acid. To test the electrical conductivity of a lemon juice, we arrange 4 and 5 lemons using a strip of a copper and zinc. We are using a two strip, first one is a copper and second one is a zinc. A few alligator clips and the connecting wires. The electricity produced, we see that the electricity is produced. But why the electricity is produced? Although not very strong, it is enough to light a LED light, just like a small voltage is developed due to that citrus acid. Why guys? Because that citrus acid having some ions, and that ions will be flow, and when the ions will be flow, the current will be developed. A small amount of current will be developed here. Chemical effect of a electric current. Chemical effect of a electrical current. When an electric current is passes through a water containing the sulfuric acid, when an electrical current is passes through any liquid which contain a sulfuric acid formula is a H2SO4. Someone is a positive and someone is a negative. When we break the H2SO4, it becomes H2 plus and SO4 minus 2. So the water break up into a component of a hydrogen and oxygen. Therefore, means the H2SO4 flow, the water contain a H2SO4, and when the electricity will be flow in a water, that what happen, hydrogen and oxygen becomes separate. Hydrogen and oxygen becomes a separate. Now what happen? And therefore an electrical current causes some chemical changes is happening in a water. Okay. This effect of a electrical current is used to a electroplating. What do you mean by the electroplating? The simple mean of a electroplating is a, you know that what is a artificial jewelry. Everyone know about the artificial jewelry. So what happens, that material made by that artificial jewelry means that jewelry made by the some other material, and the coating will be gold and silver. So let's suppose that is some iron and the steel material, but we require the coating of a gold. So one metal is covered by the other metal. One metal is covered by the other metal, and you can say the overlapping of other metal. So that process is called the electroplating. That process is called the electroplating. Okay. So that process is a electroplating. That is a coating of a thin layer of one metal on another metal. That is a process. Now, the metal which is to be electroplated is made cathode. When you require some electroplating process, if you want to coating any material, then what happening? The metal which is coated to any other material, now it connected to a cathode, and the metal to be deposited is made a anode, while the soluble salt, a salt is also used. So the soluble salt, same metal serve as a electrolyte. Means if you require the any, just like make a still water, a steel spoon, but we require the coating of a copper. Okay, so we connect one part to the cathode, that is a steel, and other part connected to a other thing, and that liquid which is used contain the copper also. We required that solution contain the sulfur, and solution must be contain a copper also. When a current is passes, a thin film of a metal is deposited on a metal. When the current is passing through that cathode to anode, that what happen? One layer of a thin layer will be deposited on a other metal. So which becomes a electroplated. Now we discuss the complete phenomena of electroplating. Now, what happening? Let's see. And that contain, we are using some two things. First one is a cathode and second one is a anode. Cathode having a copper, and that is a Me copper. Okay. Now that is a liquid having a copper sulfate. The liquid is contain a copper sulfate. Now electrolyte, a solution of a chemical compound which conduct electrical current and at the same time undergoes a chemical changes in an electrolyte. That is a chemical which is used, and when the current is passing through that chemicals, it becomes separated. Means that is a chemical changes of a electrolyte. Okay, so that is called a electrolyte. Aqueous solution of all acids such as HCl, HNO3, H2SO4 all are used as a solution. Aqueous solution of alkaline, and that is NaOH, KOH. Dear student, don't take any tension about that name, because whenever you are moving and you are study that chemistry, you can learn and you can understand all the things. So that type of a solution are used whenever we require the different process of a electroplating. Non-electrolyte, A solution, a chemical compound which does not conduct a electrical current and hence does not undergoes any chemical changes is called the non-electrolyte. What is the electrolyte? Electrolyte means when the current is passing through that process and that medium. But in a non-electrolyte, current is not passing. The simple meaning, you can say the current is not passing through them. Petrol, kerosene oil, diesel oil, vegetable oil, all are the some distilled water. Example is that non-electrolyte. What is the electrolysis? Electrolysis, the process due to which a solution of a chemical compound, that is a process due to which a chemical compound conduct the electrical current. The chemical compound conduct the electrical current and at the same time undergoes some chemical changes is called the electrolysis. That is a process which is happening at the time of a electroplating. That is a chemical effect of a electric current. That is a chemical effect of a electric current. What is the electrodes? In previous diagram we discussed that is a two strip, one is a cathode, another is a anode. A metal wire and plates and rods, we can use anything according to our requirement, through which the current enters or leaves an electrolyte are called the electrode. That is some strips and through which the current will be flowing. Cathode, the electrode connected to a negative terminal. The electrode which is connected to a negative terminal is called the cathode. Cathode means cation, cation means a negative terminal. Now we discuss the anode. The electrode which is connected to a positive terminal of a cell and battery is called the anode. What is the ions and cations? The electrically charged atoms and group of a atom form when a chemical compound is dissolved in water are called the ions. What happen? The electrically charged atoms, let's suppose any atom will be charged by a electrical process, and that electrical process, due to that electrical process is that compound will be dissolved into a water. Dissolved in a water is called the ions. Cation, the positively charged ions. The positively charged ion called a cations. When a chemical compound dissolved in a water are called the cations. Next one is a anions. A negatively charged ions. When a chemical compound dissolved into a water. When the chemical compound is dissolved into water, some ions becomes a positive and some ions becomes a negative. And the positive ions are called the cations and the negative ions are called the anions. And the positive particle, the positive terminal is connected to a anion and negative terminal is called the negative electrode is connected to a cathode. Okay, that is difference. Now electroplating. So what is the principle behind the electroplating? We are taking a two electrodes and that is a electro solution, and when current is passing through that process, so what happening, one metal is covered and one metal coating is covered by a other metal. One material is coated by a other material. That is a simple meaning of a electroplating. Okay, let's suppose that is a some material of a iron and the other coating that is a some silver and gold, that is a electroplating. And at present most of the things are made by other material and coating is a different material. So one of the use of a chemical effect of a electrical current is a electroplating. During electroplating, the metal surface of a given particle, is coated with a thin layer of a superior metal. That is a difference, guys. We require a superior metals. If you want to coating and another metal, we require the superior metals. So what is the cation? Cation is a positively charged. Cations are a copper. If we use the copper sulfate, that what happening, guys? The copper ion Cu+2 and the copper sulfate, that is a copper sulfate, hydrogen ions from a water. The copper is dissolved, guys, that is a liquid, copper sulfate is a liquid, and what happen, hydrogen is divided into two parts. So which is the cations, the H2O. H2O converted into a two parts, that H plus is the cation. In a copper sulfate, Cu plus 2 is a cations. And which is the anions, guys? A negatively charged ions are the hydroxyl ions, that is a OH minus. Okay. And the second one is a sulfate SO4 minus 2, that is a anions. Now we are convert into a what is the cations, what is the anions. So where there are two cations and two anions. Now what is the next, guys? When an electrical current is switched on, the cations start to migrate towards the cathode, because the cathode is a positive terminal. The negative ions, the cation is a, now what is the cations? Let's see what is the cations, guys. All cations are the positive charge. Okay, that positive charge are start to move a negative cathode, negatively cathode, because the cathode is connected to a negative terminal of a battery. So all positive ions are start to move a cathode, and the anions start to move a anode. Means if you are having a two strips, that is a someone is a, that is the cathode is connected to a negative terminal, and anode is that is a cathode, that is anode. So what happening, guys? The all negative charge particle are moving to a cathode, and all positive charge are moving to a anode. Okay, that. At a cathode, the positively charged copper ions, at a cathode, the positive charge copper ions gains negatively electrical charge to form a copper atoms, which deposit themselves. Now that copper, just what happening, let's see carefully. The cathode, at the cathode, positively charged copper ions, at a cathode positively charged, that is a positively charged, that is minus. Okay, because it is connected to a negative terminal, the positively charged copper ions gain a negatively electrical charge from the copper atoms, which deposit themselves on the surface of a iron object, on a surface of a iron object. Thus a thin layer of a copper is deposited on a iron object. Let's see, guys, all the phenomena is very simple. If you want to make any material and coating on any material, then what happen, we connect it to that cathode, and the due to other ion changes, due to other some formation and changing the ions, it will be deposited on another metals. Now the hydrogen ion do not get discharged at a anode. None of the negatively charged ions discharge. Instead, the copper atoms of the on the copper lose their charges. Copper atoms lose their charges, and which enter in the copper sulfate solution. Okay, let's see. So what is the use of some electrolysis? Okay, electroplating is one of the use of electrolysis. It is not only used for depositing copper, but a number of superior metals. We can use many metals. The process of electrolysis is also used to obtain a pure metal from impure metals. If we use that, if you are having some mixing of metals, that if you want to a pure metals, that that electrolysis are used. That process, that is electrolysis, are used. The process of electrolysis is also used in a extraction of aluminum metal from its ore, which is coming from the earth ground. Next one is the magnetic effect of electric current. What is the magnetic effect of electric current? A coil through which when electrical current flows, let's suppose we are having that wire, that is a wire, and current is flowing through that wire. So what happening, guys? Here the word is used in place of wire, that is a coil. So what is the coil? That is a coil. Okay, now so if a current is flowing that coil, so what happening, guys? The magnetic field is developed, and that magnetic field is developed across that wire. If you want to see that there is want to prove of any magnetic field is produced or not, so Let's see a small battery, and let's see a small battery and connected to a wire. Okay, when the current is flowing that point to that point, and there is a magnetic field developed, and use a magnetic compass. You know that what is a magnetic compass? Use a magnetic compass and place here, and change the direction of that current. By changing the polarity of a battery, you feel that the direction of a magnetic compass is also changes. And magnetic compass is changed only a single condition, if there is some magnetic field is present here. So that is proof. When a electric current is passing through any coil, that is a there is some magnetic field is developed. Okay, now earthing. You know that what is the earthing, guys? If you see that socket at your home, you feel that that is a three sockets are used. First one is a phase, that is a neutral, and the last one is a earthing. Last one is a earthing. So what is the earthing, guys? Now, so the third point of the top is called the earth terminal and is connected to a thick wire that goes into the ground. That is a wire which is goes to the ground and ground. Okay, why we are using a ground? Because whenever if any due to any reason, when maximum higher amount of current will be flow, that current will be moving to a ground. Okay, that is a safety. So does the earthing protect us from the electrical shocks? It protect us by a electrical shock if there is some leakage of a current in the appliances. Then all the current of extra current and maximum amount of current will be flowing through the thick wire into a ground. Okay, that is a use of a earthing. Danger of electricity. Every students know that what is the disadvantage of electricity. So every time whenever we use the any appliances, any electrical appliances, that time we required some precaution. First one, if the current happens to pass through the heart, that is a heart part, then it causes the heart muscle to contract. It all the head muscle will be contract, guys, compressed, and the generally death will be occur if the higher amount of current is passing through your body. So man and person and woman and all will be died. The strong electrical shock can give the body a big shock that can damage the body cells. It can damage the body cells. Due to that reason, such a shock occurs touching a live electrical wire suddenly. Anybody if touch and a live wire of a electrical signals, that time it gives a very high amount of shocks. Handling the electrical appliances in a wet place is a very dangerous. So every time whenever you are deal with the electrical appliances, every time wear some insulator material, just like a slippers, every time having a insulator. So all slippers are made up of a insulator material. Earthing and electricity could turn dangerous due to a lost connection, just like a improper switching, improper damaging, okay, overloading, all are the some causes of electrical damages. Now we are moving some safety measures of electricity. The wire used in electrical circuit should be good quality with a good insulation. So every wire having a some copper and aluminum, and the outer part is coated with some insulator material. Defective and damaged plugs, sockets and switches must be immediately replaced. If any switch will be damaged, so immediately replace it. Don't use continuously. All connection in a plug, switches and socket must be made of a proper insulating material. Most of the time we use some direct wire into a switch, plugs and switches. So don't use that and use a particular socket that wires. Extension cord must be overloaded and must be regularly tested. So if you any wire is used, and every overloading cost testing every time. Switch and plug should not be touched with a wet hands, because wet hands conduct the electricity. All appliances must be properly earthed. All appliances are used a earthing wire. Rubber sole shoes should be worn while repairing electrical circuits. And we are dealing, whenever you are deal with the electrical appliances, that time wear every time wear some shoes which is coated with a rubber part. Hello students, on the basis of our today's lecture, we are giving the assignment number 2. The assignment number 2 is having a from a all questions from a exercise number 1. That exercise contain a total of 30 question. In a previous assignment we are given 1 to 18 question. Now we are giving the assignment from a question number 19 to a question number 30. That is your assignment number 2. So do your assignment in your copies carefully. Okay students, now thank you so much and have a nice day.